Hi there, hope you're having a good day. We've talked before about not being overly surprised if you have some issues as regards employees not wanting to return back to work, and we're certainly seeing that come to fruition now, and I'm sure it's something that will ramp up as we do accelerate the return of employees to work. And what I would say is there's probably two very generic categories that employees will fall under. There will be the employees that have got a very genuine concern about health and safety and them returning, whether it's the provisions that you're putting in place in the workplace and they're not comfortable with those and they perceive that they are at an unacceptable risk, or indeed that the people that they live with are shielding or they are highly vulnerable, and therefore that's their significant worry. And that's obviously will be a worrying situation for those employees. On the other hand, there's probably there's definitely employees that have been enjoying furlough leave. They've been sat at home, not having to do any work. They've been in the sunshine. They've been spending more time with their families. And, to be honest, they've enjoyed that furloughed leave. And now you're asking them to come back to work. And most employees in that situation won't be that happy about coming back to work. But the vast majority, will come back to work. But some will refuse for that reason as well. And some of the things that I'm hearing about employees not wanting to return because they've just bought a new puppy, things like that. It makes you smile, but there is a situation to deal with. And I would suggest in either of those situations, whatever the reason that employees are finding it difficult to return, obviously the most important thing is to talk to them and to really understand what their concerns and to get to the nub of what the issue is. Obviously, in the situation like I've just bought a puppy, then there's some fairly simple, straightforward discussions to be had about how reasonable or not that reason for not returning is. But obviously for the employees that got real genuine health and safety concerns, then that's a more comprehensive discussion about what those concerns are, making sure that they understand the risk assessments that you've gone through, the measures that you're putting in place to ensure their risk is minimized as far as possible. And I suppose the test question in whether you've been reasonable on that, I would say, is if you would be happy for your son or daughter or brother or sister or mother or father to return into that workplace, then if you would, then you've probably taken sufficient steps to make that reasonable. If the discussion in either of those circumstances does still result in that employee refusing to go back to work, I would suggest before getting down any formal disciplinary proceedings, then I would explore less formal aspects such as unpaid leave, things like that, part-time working on a temporary basis, or anything like that might help with whatever issue they've got. And if it's on a temporary basis, then you can obviously review that as things move forward. And then if you've got employees that are refusing to work, refusing to return to work, and you feel that they're being completely unreasonable, then there is stepping back right to the bare bones of what an employment contract is, and it's as simple as they work, you pay them. So I would certainly have that conversation with them about how happy they would feel if you just decided to one day to stop paying them. Would they come to work? Well, it's probably the same the other way around. If they just decide not to come to work, then why should you pay them? So it really would go down the formal procedure then, and potentially disciplinary discussions. But I really would leave that as a last resort. Don't avoid it, but leave it as a last resort. Obviously, resolving any issues informally and understanding what the issues are is the best way to resolve those. So I hope that helps. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Hi, it's only me again. We've produced 55 practical tips for returning employees back from furlough leave. So if you're not already on our mailing list, if you'd like to receive those, by all means, just click on the link that I've put in the comments below and we'll happily send you those absolutely free of charge. And I hope you find them helpful. Okay, take care. See you soon.